Hello, hello, my friends. I have my final post-burn review for the new KRINGLE candle reserve launch that is happening later today. This candle that we are going to be talking about in this review is Merlot. Now, if you happen to have caught my preview video where I was sharing all 6 of the fragrances, my cold sniff impressions, I did tell you guys that originally this fragrance unfortunately was damaged in shipping. The candle was. So I was able to give you guys a cold sniff impression, but I warned you guys that this review would probably be coming in close to the wire, just because they did have to send me a replacement. They actually didn't have to send me a replacement. They chose to, which was very kind of KRINGLE to do that. So yes, this candle was sent to me in PR. I do always want to be upfront and disclose that anytime that I am doing a review. But if you've been with my channel for any length of time, you guys know that that really does not impact how I evaluate a candle's performance. So let's go ahead and get into this review. Like I said, I've already done the review for the 5 other fragrances that are going to be offered in this collection, and we'll talk about that at the end of this video. So the pour date on this candle is May 21st, 2024. So these are pretty recent pours on these candles. Top notes of grape and berry, mid notes of currant and sweet, bottom notes of berry and sugar. So what does my nose smell? Truthfully, you guys, I like this fragrance a lot more than I thought that I would. Do I feel like it's backup worthy for me? No, it's not. The fragrance in here is definitely grape forward. However, I am in agreement with a lot of other ambassadors that have already kind of revealed their thoughts on this candle, that the grape note in here is definitely more sophisticated. This is not like a grape Kool-Aid or a grape popsicle. Grape fragrances do tend to come across sometimes very juvenile or overly or artificially sweet. They can sometimes take on like a cough medicine type of fragrance. I am very happy to say that that is not what I get from this scent at all. It is definitely a deep, robust grape note, and I do detect what I think is maybe like a blackberry type of fragrance in the background of it. Blackberry, raspberry, almost my nose actually wants to say it could be like boysenberry, but I do know that that's kind of more of a hybrid type of berry that's not as well known. But there is a little bit of tartness from the currant note in here. But to my nose, you guys, this is definitely just a nice, bold, robust grape scent. How accurate is it to a Merlot? Well, honestly, you guys, I'm not the girl to ask for that because I really don't drink a whole lot. I'm not a big alcoholic beverage consumer. If I do, it tends to be like a fruity cocktail by the pool. I don't really drink wine. It gives me a headache, to be honest with you guys. And I've always laughed about the fact that I prefer to eat my calories as opposed to drinking them. So, it's a very nice fragrance though, robust, deep. I think it's a great scent. Like I've mentioned with a lot of the other candles in this collection, I think that this is a nice summer to fall transitional fragrance because there is more depth to this fragrance other than it just being like an on the surface Kool-Aid, overly sugary type of scent. It's been a really nice fragrance. I've actually enjoyed pairing this with the grilled PB&J. I think that it lends a little bit more sweetness to the savory factor of that candle in this collection. Another pairing that I've actually really been enjoying was a suggestion from Drew Yock. I have been burning this alongside the gingered peach fragrance, and that makes this a little bit more summery to my nose. It's a really, really nice fragrance. It's not one that honestly, if I were to have gone into a store and picked it up and smelled it, I would have thought, oh, that's nice, but I probably would not have purchased it. And honestly, you guys, it's not going to be a repurchase for me, but will I enjoy it for the time that I have it in my collection? Yes, I will. So let's go ahead and talk about the performance of this candle. We all know that the wicks on these new reserve candles have been the talk of the town here. So you can see, because I did just get this candle in in stock about less than a week ago, you guys. I've been burning it quite a bit, trying to get it at least, you know, 4 or 5 burns in before I could do a dedicated post-burn review on it. You can see that we've got some healthy flames there. I have had this candle lit now for approximately 2 hours, so you can see the wax pool here. The flames are healthy. They're dancing a little bit, but I'm not seeing like puffs of soot or smoke come up from them. I have been trimming the wicks on these new reserve candles just because the wicks are a little bit different. Although I will tell you that the wicks on these candles, on this one in particular, seems to be in line with what I have had in previous reserve candles. So I do know that there's a whole science behind, you know, the oils and the wicks that are necessary to use in a candle when they formulate it. But this one, I haven't really been having any wick issues with it. The wicks, like always, are very sturdy. Even in those wicks that are burning very, very hot and fast, I am not having to worry about them falling over into the wax pool. It's more so that I worry about excess carbon causing soot, which I do not want a ton of soot in my home. I already need to repaint the interior of my home as it is, but I'm kind of funny when I see a lot of soot coming off of a candle. I can't help but think, what is going into my lungs? I'm actually more concerned about that than probably painting my home. But anyways, you guys, I do think that the burn on this candle has still been pretty clean, and even with the hotter burning wicks, the wax itself is not getting sooty, and I'm not getting a sooty fragrance from it. So this candle, you can burn a little bit longer than, say, the grilled PB&J or the caramel cocoa and toasted fluff. Those two are the only ones that I have tended to notice a little bit of a scorched smell if I burn them longer than 3 hours. But this one has been more in line with what I have known from KRINGLE, where I can burn it a little bit longer and still enjoy the fragrance. Let's go ahead and talk about strength and throw. As always, I have listed in the description box down below the layout of my home, environmental factors, all of those things, you guys, you do want to take into account when you are listening to anybody's review, because obviously the strength and throw of a candle is going to perform very differently in a 1,000 square foot home that was built in 1950 compared to a 4,000 square foot house that was built in 2015. So you always want to take those things into account. So I do have that listed down below for you guys. Strength and throw on this one, I'm going to give it between like, I want to say that it's probably about like a 7. That's where I'm going to settle on it. The fragrance itself, I think, is actually stronger than the projection of it. So I do smell it quite well. It fills up my living room pretty decently. If I put it into one of my more closed concept bedrooms, I definitely smell it. Does it really project and go like want to waft outside of the bedroom? Slightly, but when I put it into my open concept living room that has high ceilings, it tends to stay and it'll fill up the living room, but it doesn't really project going all the way to the entrances of the bedrooms or into the kitchen, which is off to the side. So for that reason, I think I'm going to go ahead and settle on like an even number of a 7, because I don't think that the throw is as great as the strength of the candle. Regardless, I do think that it performs pretty well for what it is. It is, you know, the 2-wick soy wax. I think just in general, my expectations are that most of these candles, there have been a few that have honestly blown me away. And even, you know, in this reserve lineup, the 2 gourmand fragrances, I think it's just the nature of the oils that are used to come up with that scent. Those have been powerhouse fragrances. They have been very, very strong for me. This one I feel like is like a notch down, which I'm okay with, you guys, because again, this type of fragrance, I think if it were any stronger, it would probably, I probably would not enjoy it as much, because it is a more deep and bold type of fragrance in and of itself. It might, I don't want to say, I probably don't think I would get a headache from this fragrance, but it might just be too much. As it is, I think it complements other fragrances really well, which you guys all know me. I tend to burn 2 to 3 fragrances at the same time in my house anyways. So I'm pretty pleased with the performance of this candle. So like I said, not going to be a repurchase for me, but I do enjoy the fragrance for what it is right now. I can blend it with other fragrances that are currently in my collection, and I'm always happy about that. It's something a little bit outside of my comfort zone, and more than anything, I'm very pleased to say that this is not a like an artificial Kool-Aid, overly sugary grape cough medicine type of scent. That, it gets points from me for that. So let me know in the comment box down below, is this one that is on your list to purchase? I honestly don't believe that this is a sellout risk, to be honest with you guys. So if you want to wait for more reviews to come in on this, I think you're safe to do that. My anticipation is probably that the 2 Gourmand fragrances might be high sellout risks. But again, you guys, don't let FOMO get the best of you. If you are interested in purchasing from this Reserve collection, it does launch today at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time over on the Kringle Candle website. As a brand ambassador, I do have an affiliate discount code with them. It is Katie15. It will save you 15% off of your purchase. It is eligible for commission, so please only use that if you are comfortable doing so. You're welcome still here at my channel if you do not like using ambassador codes. That's totally fine. But anyways, this wraps up all of the post-burn reviews for that collection. If you are curious about any of the other fragrances, I do have those linked in the description box down below. You can read the fragrance notes and also easily access any of my post-burn reviews on those candles. But please hit thumbs up if you found this video helpful. It lets me know that you guys like seeing dedicated reviews. Feel free to subscribe to my channel if you are new. I do dedicated reviews like this, hauls, empties, and everything in between. So if you like candle content, I think that you will like sticking around here. I do want to say thank you so very much for spending your time here with me today. And until my next one, I hope you all go out and have a very blessed day. Bye.